Hey, this is Clay from Engearment. I want to talk to you today about BOA and the future of Alpine. So if we look back and think really hard, the innovation of ski boots really hasn't changed a ton in the past 50 years. We've come a long way. Some incredible things have happened. We've got new plastics. The way that ski boots are made has changed a lot. We have new liners. We have new micro adjustable buckles. But frankly, we're still just cranking down really hard on some metal buckles or metal clasps. We all know when we go out and we get new boots, performance fit means mild pain. Something we saw a little bit of last winter, but this winter something new is starting to click, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it today. Yes, so BOA. You've seen them on trail shoes, snowboarding boots. I think that's the biggest component you've probably seen them on. Golf shoes, mountaineering boots, everywhere. We saw a little bit last year. They came out with the Salomon on the Shift Alpha. This was kind of late in the season last year with the Shift Alpha. Really fantastic boot. I got a couple runs in those, but they've officially entered this year. Multiple lines of boots on Salomon, Atomic, a bunch of other brands, K2, a bunch of other brands have all entered the fray. As a skier, you should be super excited about this. This is a total redesign of how boots will fit your feet. We're talking about wrap pressure, not clamp. So we're looking at precision and not brute. We're talking Man in Black and not the Brute Squad. If anybody knows that reference, tip me, buy me a coffee. So that's what we're going to talk about a little bit more. So this is last year, the Shift Alpha from Salomon. This is the Shift Supra, which is a little bit of a wider one for me. But again, same BOA dial here that we'll talk a little bit more about. But really excited to talk to you guys about this and get into a little bit more depth of why this wrap is really fantastic for comfort and control. And let's face it, we know buckle boots are a pain. We've all done this sort of loosen, tighten, you finally get it right, and 10 minutes later you're on the lift and your feet are starting to go numb from the cold and from the fact that your feet cannot get any blood to them. And so you're on the lift, and we've all done that buckle shift. You click, tighten, one extra little click. Oh, that's too far. Let me unclick. You're kind of doing that over and over and over because you're creating these singular points of pressure, and then your leg is like, that hurts, stop doing that. And then you have to back off. And so you're constantly doing that. So what the dial does is wraps. And so instead of creating that singular point of contact, it is cranking to where this entire piece is now the pressure as opposed to one singular point or two singular points down here as the pressure points. So you're just cranking that and you're like, oh, that's a little too much. Let me back that off. And you're just kind of cranking back a little bit. And you can do this in gloves. I should have brought gloves, but a few more cranks, you're good. And so that is the part about comfort that we're talking about here, and how you can easily adjust these boots to be more comfortable, to avoid that discomfort that we all feel. And it doesn't have to be that way anymore. So we'll talk a little bit about performance on the next part. And I will attest to BOA loves to test. I've been to their labs here in Denver on multiple occasions, and they test the living heck out of everything that they do. And a lot of people love to say, I do my own research and that, whatever. But they actually did their own research, and they helped with a peer-reviewed study with the Frontiers in Science of Active Living. I'll link to that in the notes on this video. They did a peer-reviewed study that concluded that the BOA dial system gave you 4% more peak power on downhill and 10% faster rate of force development. The study will tell you exactly more of what that means, and I'll link to more of those documents in there, but that is a higher performance than you were getting with the buckles. So there's science backing this, if that is the kind of thing you're into. I'm more of a comfort guy. I'm not a super crazy skier. I have long forgotten to try out for the Olympic team, but I do enjoy skiing and being comfortable throughout the day. So we got less foot pain, less lower dorsal pressure, better blood flow as you are skiing. I wish I could get more blood flow to my head while I'm skiing, so maybe that's what we'll work on next, so that I can make better decisions while I'm out there. So we'll wrap this up a little bit and kind of talk about what this all means when we're on the slope. So on snow, it's really snug but balanced. There's no hot spots, so you won't have to wear a cone around your neck from scratching too much. It's less abrupt transitions, which I think was really key for me because I kind of get jerky out there. So this has helped me smooth my things out. It's like a boot that finally figured out, this is actually what a foot looks like. So we're going to go ahead and make it feel like that. So really excited about how that feels. Again, it's nice and comfortable. So very excited about that. And you still have your buckles. So I don't have, on this one especially, there is a dual dial system. So I have a single dial here, and you can get a dual dial where it's up here. And so you do eliminate the buckles altogether. I still have some buckles on mine. So you still get the really nice sound if you want it. So you're not going from rotary to smartphone completely. It's more of like a dial phone to smartphone situation. And so you can still crank this down. If you really love to be tight, I mean, you can crank as far as you want. There was a test they did in the lab that, of course, they over-engineer everything. Like a human could, most humans, I mean, maybe Thor Bjornsson could crank these to where they break in the real world, but most people cannot crank this enough to where it would actually break in the real world. So you can crank this down. Your foot is going to be in severe pain, but if you're really into that, you can go for it. So you can crank this sucker down as hard as you want if that's something you like, if you really miss the old buckle feel. So good for that. Like I said, they've partnered with K2 Atomic, Salomon, with some really fantastic boots that are coming out this winter. A lot of them are already there now. If you go to BOA and go to their website now, you can see all of the Alpine boots that are currently out in the world. You can click the links there. It'll take you directly to the manufacturer's website. Obviously, BOA doesn't make their own boots, but so it'll take you to the Salomon website or whomever, and then you can kind of buy what you want there, or I obviously encourage you to visit your own ski shop and try on the boots prior to that. It would be wild not to. So like I said, Shift Alpha from last year. This is the Shift Supra from this year. So I'm really excited to try these new babies out with my new dials. So hope you enjoyed. Hope this kind of helped out a little bit to get you excited about the new innovation, and hope things clicked for you. Talk to you later.